series where I'm showing you how to design a model plane in Fusion 360. Last episode we designed the wing on this P-40, and now we're going to design the internal structure and work on getting this wing attached to the fuselage. Alright, let's get started. So first of all, we're going to create a new sketch right on this plane, and we're going to slice it so we can see the wing profile. Let's get a spline. I don't want to start. Yeah, this will work right here. And we're just going to trace the wing. Whoops, Command C. Find this works a lot better, and it's just quicker, and it's still pretty accurate. I mean, there's no reason you'd really need to get more accurate than this with just foam planes. This is a lot quicker than using the original sketch, because then we'd have to do like an offset, all that stuff. This is quicker. So you just trace the top of the wing. Check mark. This looks like it could just go up a little bit higher. You want to be just outside of the pink wing area. If it's inside, it won't affect really anything when you build it, but it just looks better when you're designing it to have it outside just by a little bit. That's really like 1/100th of a millimeter, so it won't matter. Now we take this point, go straight down, go across. Hopefully you can know it's not snapping, but then you go up to this point, and then I'm just going to apply a perpendicular constraint, actually a vertical constraint to this. Just drag that back over there. And that's good. Now I'm going to turn off the wing so that open up the body's former. Oh yeah, those are the spars. Better. I guess I forgot to put those in last time. Turn that off, and now if we do that, press Q and change this to symmetric. Just drag that out pretty far. That's about good. Okay, that'll do. And we can add the wings back in. Yeah, and that adds the wing saddle. And here I probably didn't line it up perfectly. So that's probably the same face as that. We're probably not going to want the skin to go all the way around there. We're just going to cut it off and then have another skin that goes around the bottom for the little feathery bits at the end of the air intake. So we might trim that down. It looks like the tail went together pretty well. Actually, I was thinking that, no, we're not going to cut that part away. We're actually going to cut this area out of the wing. So I'm going to hop back into this extrude and deactivate 15 for 16, as well as that. Which one is that? Is it 18? No. Yeah, actually, we're going to want to deactivate 18 as well. Let's see. That's the skin. Oh, I'm just going to have to do trial and error there. Oh, yeah, that's body 42. Okay, but you don't want it to cut that. And we're going to cut this like a little triangle shape out of the back of the wing so that it slots in there. That's going to add lots of rigidity to the wing. Be very nice. Wait a second. Oh, I see. This didn't go far enough. Okay, that's better. Alright, and we're actually going to want to make this front stretch out until there. Or just a little past this gap. Finish sketch. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. This we're gonna want to make flat. I mean, we'll just take the measurement from there, so it doesn't matter if we don't make that flat or not. But it just looks nicer and more realistic in the CAD if it's flat. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to change the shape of that bit. Slice. It's too much. That looks just about right. No? Oh yeah, because the wing has dihedral. I actually want to go up to about there. I think is where the wing goes through, and if it's too high, I'm just going to adjust it down. It's just trial and error pretty much for this step. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's looking a lot better. That more closely matches up with the tilling edge. I'm just going to make a couple final adjustments. And that should do. That's perfect. Now, which body is that? That's... Oh wait, those are the skins. Formers. Body 12. I just want to make sure that we're not cutting away at that. And here, body 12, yeah, that's not enabled. Oh yeah, it looks like a slice of that stayed, so we're going to have to adjust the sketch to go a little farther forwards. Perfect. That should fix that. Yeah. Alright. And now we're going to cut out the back area for the from the wings. I'm just going to make a sketch on this surface of the wing. start. Wait 1 second. Oh, whoops. Never mind. Just thinking wrong. Alright, so that, you start there. And head up to here-ish. And just drag it out. Back there. And we're gonna make this more precise later on. Because right now we're marking out where everything's gonna be. Let's zoom in on this and make it line up. Well, actually, yeah. Want it just to be just outside of there. And then we're going to adjust this one until it's at the correct angle. That looks good. That and that. Extrude it. We're going to want to deactivate formers and skins. Just cut through the wing. Okay. Alright, it looks like I'm going to have to go back in here and adjust this bottom one to cover everything. Don't do that. Maybe just going to delete some of these constraints. Oh yeah, that was full of coincidence. Alright, and pulling that down should, yeah. Alright, now we have the back section of the wing cleared out, and if we activate this again. Oh yeah, that's a little bit too much because we were looking straight perpendicular to that and saw the side. We're going to want to just move that inwards a little bit. I think slice would be a good option. Not really. And I'm just guessing and checking. Yeah, that looks good. Round. Yeah, and then we're gonna have a wing fillet there anyway. Cover all that stuff up. Might want to flatten out this former though. I don't think so, actually. We're probably just gonna put in a foam piece that goes from here to there. But we'll see if we need to. Alright, that's good. Next, probably gonna do the power pod and internal structure piece. So what I like to do is have one big power pod that goes all the way through, or not power pod, but internal structure that goes all the way through here, and it would normally go through until like around here-ish, but I'm going to make it come down right before this piece, and then continue down a lot lower there, because we're going to have the scale cockpit, and then I'll have like backbones to go in here. So let's get started on this power pod, and I actually have the Spitfire plans I'm going to open those up in Inkscape and find the exact measurements, because I think it's something like 51 point, I don't know, millimeters. Yeah, Spitfire plans. This is the one that has that box on it. So yeah, the battery box is what they call it. So let's see, the outside width of a power pod is 50.8 millimeters. I'm gonna round that up to 51, just so that we don't have it doesn't squeeze too much. And we want to be able to slide the power pod in and out very easily. So 51 millimeters for that, and I don't know how tall a power pod is, but I know it's shorter than a square, so I'm gonna have to make the top 51 millimeters, or the height 51 millimeters as well. So you create a sketch on this former, and then create a rectangle. It's a center rectangle. And make it 51 by, tab over to the next one, 51. Wow, that's time. This is going to be a big plane. That's the inside width of the battery box. It's the outside width of a power pod. So we're just going to take an offset off of that. Boom. And that is the width of a power pod, or the battery box. You can finish that sketch, grab these, press Q, and extrude them back. I'm going to turn off the skin so we can see what's going on here. Oh, that was the wing skins. Alright. I think I'm going to make this go all the way back and up until this former, so this has something to rest against. I think that works pretty well most of the time. And then it's going to drop down and be lower. You'll see what I mean when I do it. Extend to object, and we can choose the object as that face. Perfect. That works well. Power pod will fit in there. And this it's going to be an inverted power pod. So it'll be upside down. You'll be able to access it through the bottom hatch, which is going to be right here. And I guess that we're going to have to cut our way to... Actually, if we turn that on, yeah, the nose is going to be quite a lot bigger than this hatch. So I guess we won't be able to slide the hatch out like that. We're just going to have to go straight down, because we won't be able to cut the hatch into the nose. But that's all right. It'll still work. Be a lot easier if you could slide it out the front to access, but the design of this plane doesn't allow it. Here, so that'll give us plenty of room for batteries, electronics, all that stuff. And that's what I like about the P-40. It's going to have tons of room, plenty of space to work with that kind of thing. Because I hate it when you're working on a plane and then this stuff just gets in your way. Oh, you know what? actually, I think I'm gonna do what I did on BF-109, and gonna go roll this thing back to how we did this sketch, or finished sketch. It was this extrude. Don't want it to cut away that former. Which one is that? This one is 5. That's the extrude that I'm looking for. Okay. Now I'm gonna just do a little. We can do a difference of these two. So operation cut, target body, select tool bodies. I'm just gonna select these two. Actually all of these. No, actually, I really want to select the second one, but it's not letting me do. All right. No, that's the third. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, let's see if that works. Yeah, that'll be fine. That will work just fine. Oh, whoops. Keep tools. And then we're going to want to do another one. The target body being that. Okay, perfect. And that's just going to let our wings slot in there really nicely. And of course, we're going to do a lot more to align the wings. You'll see about that. And the beauty of this is that we don't have to do anything with the skin, since we still cut the skin with that. So wait, why did it get rid of? What? Command Z, Command Z, Command Z, Command Z, Command Z. That is very odd. I can't tell you what happened there, I'm sorry. That just bewildered me. Okay, but this one, it was body 5, and we don't want it to cut. There, right? And do the difference of this and that. Okay. Do the difference of this and that. Okay. Yeah, and that's the same thing, but without that. Huh. That's pretty strange. Okay. Now we can get back to work on the internal structure. So we're going to want to go back into the sketches and show this last sketch. Highlight this face here. I'm going to extrude that. Oh. I'm going to do 2 object. Go through there. I'm going to have it be a new body. Being pretty laggy, I don't know why. Okay, that's good, and that makes that bots go through there. And then we're gonna want it to drop down. I'm thinking about this because lots of times you can do things in CAD that you actually couldn't accomplish in real life. So, thinking how we're gonna do this, we're probably gonna have you make this tail bit, and then glue this former onto the back of the battery box, and then slide this one in with the skin, Yeah, that would work. That would work. And I have an idea. Could make this cut go not just to this. Which one is this? Cancel. Body 34. This is, yeah, we're gonna deactivate that. That cut. We're gonna make it go not to there, but to there, and we're gonna keep body 34 on. We gotta make sure that's one of the objects to cut. It got deactivated. Okay. And that's, I'm gonna slide it back and make it easier to align everything with that. I'm gonna create a sketch on here. Slice it. But actually, first of all, we're just gonna turn off the wings. We're gonna include and project. Yeah, project that. That onto there. Whoops, I don't want to select that. Now we can just select this. Here, extrude it down. About here. Wait a second. I thought this would have. Finish sketch. Let's see. I'm gonna go back to. Oh yeah, this did go through. Okay, and then we also need to change this one to go. Object needs to go to that one. Okay, now click on that and extrude it down that way, and will be a cut. Okay. And we're gonna do that once more. Or you gotta activate that sketch again. Don't want that one activated. Q extrude. And let's see, we gotta activate the wings so that we can see what we're doing. Although we don't want it to cut through the wings. Oh, it's gonna be a new body anyway. So it's probably gonna go down to there. And you'll see what I'm doing in just a second. Join these two. We gotta make sure that it's gonna be joined. Keep tools is not selected. Don't ever select keep tools when you're joining two things. It's a recipe for a very confusing disaster. I'm actually gonna turn off the wings now. And let's see. We can project some geometry, maybe a sketch geometry from, yeah, we can project that line onto a sketch that we do on this face. Slice it. And don't slice it. Alright. check/include, if we can select. No, which one is that? Body 1? The way it names these things. Okay. Now, I'm just going to drag out a line to the edge off of each side of there. Oops, that didn't do it. Yeah, now we have that. We can extrude that. Gotta make sure these are on. Zoom out. We're gonna make it extrude all the way out to there. That's a cut, yeah. In case we go back and modify that in the future. And I'm gonna activate that last sketch that we did. Extrude that to the same place. You'll see how this all comes together. Gotta make that a new body so it doesn't join up with those formers. And then we can join these two manually. And then we have to hollow this all out because the only one that's hollow so far is that one. So I'm gonna deactivate these formers. So that's hollow. Yeah, that sketch can get turned off. Alright, so I'm going to create a new sketch on here just to draw a line. I've got to give myself some room to see. From there to there. Okay. That gives us that. Okay, finish sketch. I'm going to turn off all the formers. Extrude that down until, okay, to object to there, but an offset of negative foam. Perfect. And this will work. This will work to build in real life. Next, we just need to hollow that out. If we can, yeah, shell. Foam. I don't know if that's gonna do what I want. Okay, now why does it think of... Okay, now I can click on that. I'm gonna not, yeah, offset face it. We have to extrude it. So if you press Q, it will automatically set it to offset face. So you have to make sure to select the extrude there. And objects to cut. I mean, I'm just gonna have it go to here so that's just kind of uniform. But it really doesn't matter how far you do if all the formers are turned off. And that is a shape which we can reproduce in real life with foam. Next, we're gonna show the wings. Okay, a sketch on here. And see, actually we're going to do it on this side. I'll slice it. You can still see the wings. You want to get the wing profile that intersects with this sketch plane. Do what we did earlier, where we trace this outline. Just staying just right outside the wings, or the wing outline. I'm just gonna trace this. Just keep tracing. Yeah, and you may have noticed that here this doesn't intersect completely, because this is the dihedral, and it will be touching the wings where the wings exit the fuselage, just not in the middle. And you can just probably fill that gap with glue anyway, so it doesn't matter. Next, just gonna take that, bring that down. Bring that over, select that, escape, and then select both of these, extrude it. Oh yeah, still slicing. We're actually going to extrude two objects to this side, that. Oh, okay. We don't want to cut anything that's in the wings. So, it'll be skins, bodies, and spars. So, we're going to get rid of 44, 47. Yeah, these ones I want to keep. 50, 49, 48, 51. Whoa, that's everything. Yeah, and that does that, but it cuts away and makes that. Oh yeah, and there is one last thing. I mean, this would technically work in CAD, but it's just waste of foam, really. If you see what I mean, right? Or actually, that's not what I was quite thinking. Thought I saw something that I didn't. I'm just gonna get rid of this with a simple sketch right here. Don't want to look at that. Just blocking the view. And just drag some lines down. Yeah, it doesn't matter if they go past there, because then now we can just extrude that and turn off the wings. Anything that you can't see while you're doing the operation, cut operation won't be cut. Which is kind of handy. Turn this stuff back on. And that just cleaned up that little lip. Yeah, and here's where the pilot's gonna sit. This is a pretty big box, but I like that because we can have a scale cockpit. There can be a chair here. Although we're gonna just have a little. You know what? I think I've come up. You know, actually, we're not gonna have anything above this. We can just have something that slots into a tab we put there. That would work just as well. So next, you're gonna want to make backbones. Create a new sketch. Here, gonna want the skins to be on, and slice it. So starting like around kind of close to the end of the fuselage. Zoom out. Go like this. Make like a back of a tab. And you can just eyeball this, come to the edge of the former right there. This will all be able to fit in, and this skin right here is gonna have the paper peeled away from the inside of the foam anyway, so it's gonna be nice and squishy. If things are like a couple millimeters off, that'll be fine. Drag that to make a completed face, escape. And then we're just gonna do one more. And this one's gonna be a real kicker. It's actually gonna be pretty big. Parts on this plane are gonna be giant. Because this one is gonna cover this entire area. And it's going to hook in and slot in with the wing and also this piece right here. It's going to add lots of strength to the plane, make it nice and rigid, be able to handle those aerobatic moves. Yeah, we're going to want it to come right up until, let's see, this former right here. A little past is, it's a good idea to go past. I'm going to go straight down till it gets around here. And that just needs to go a little bit down. We'll make this perfectly horizontal and vertical very soon. Escape, go across, down, escape. We're going to need to have a spline that traces along the... Wait, no we're not. Pardon me, don't quote me on that. It's going to go all the way down until here. You'll see why we're doing this in just a second. You could probably figure it out though. Go until it gets there. Bring it down just to here. And go to there. And now we're just going to add some constraints. We're going to want the vertical to be applied to there. Whoa, okay, that was annoying. I'm just gonna, that should be perpendicular, that should be perpendicular. Ugh. That also should be perpendicular. Let's see, maybe if we probably gonna make it, yeah. That's that constraint there. Maybe. Yeah, it looks like it's all well constrained. Oh yeah, that's what that constraint was. These two are parallel, and those two are parallel. Oh yeah, everything looks about good. You're gonna want to go around here to the midpoint of that line. Draw a 50 millimeters. No, 60 will do it. I'm gonna go 70. You'll see, and that's just gonna help those slot in together. Next, make a tab. And this. And they're gonna be foam. Gonna go with foam. It's gonna be 90 degrees. It's gonna go along tab length. And then it's going to come back down to there. One tab is for suckers. I'm going to go with 2. And that's great, as we can just drag that over there. You know what, I might... I'm just going to make that foam plus 0.1 just to make it protrude a little beyond there, so that when we cut this away, we won't get any errors or annoyances. Sometimes if you do it like that, it just doesn't go all the way past this. It'll leave just a little layer. It's kind of annoying. Take those. Move copy. There's no copy option. Maybe because there were constraints. Let's see. Yeah, that has a create copy option. I'm going extra strong here with the double tabs. Okay. Now we can just drag this down onto there. And I'm feeling extra fancy. So I'm going to go from there to there. Have that be tab length. And this can still be dragged down. I don't know why that brought that up. Yeah, extra fancy. Still has those selected. I don't know why. Next, we're gonna want to get rid of the actual skins, not the wing skins. Take this, or that, with both. With those, extrude it. One side is foam to cut. Actually, we're gonna symmetric. Cut that. Okay, I'm gonna go back into the sketch. Just change up a couple little stuff so that there. That should get rid of the oh man, I hate when it does that. It deleted. Some bodies. Cancel. I'm gonna go back into the sketch and make this just a little bit higher. And we're gonna trim that down with the skin, so don't worry if it's too big. That messed it up again. It's like cat and mouse. Fixing it, and then it's going wrong, and then fixing it again. Alright, that looks like it fixed both of the issues. And I'm in over my head. Oh. Okay, well that's alright. I don't know what that is though. I don't know why that's there. Maybe moving that over just a little bit will fix it. It looks like it did, but yeah, there's that little artifact at the bottom. It's pretty easy to fix though. Just drag this down. And that I don't understand. Body 35. It's part of body 35. Well, I'm just gonna leave that be. I don't know. Probably a rendering error. No, I'm gonna delete that. I don't know what's going on there. Not at all. Actually, what we need to do, select all of these faces to do an extrude with, as well as the tabs. Oh, that's not a face. Extrude that. Two sides are symmetric. Gonna do a cut operation. It's gonna be foam. Now we gotta select what objects not to cut. Don't want to cut body 18. We don't want to cut body 44. And I think everything else we want to, and we do want to cut body 52. Okay. It looks like that did get rid of these bits, but there's an easy fix for that. Very intuitive. I'm just gonna check this out to see if it did what I wanted it to. Okay, we can get rid of these artifact bodies. Remove. 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 I'm gonna zoom out and see what these other ones are. Yeah, we can remove that. Yep. Another garbage. Remove. And let's see, did that do what I wanted to the wing? That worked perfectly for the wing. So this is just gonna slot in with the wing, slot in with that bit above. And it's gonna really strengthen everything together. And before I forget, actually, I'm just gonna make a sketch here. Slice it, because I don't like that. Just gonna grab a quick circle. And then make it 55. Yeah, 55 is good. Extrude that. Cancel, I don't want it to slice anymore. Q to extrude. Just want it, and we don't want to cut through body 52. Just gonna disable that. Just needs to be that high. Just a little bit higher, actually. Yeah, that looks good. That'll just give us something to put our wires through. Oh yeah, before we do that with the sketch, I'm gonna take mirror this, or bodies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, around the center. Alright. And all of these can go back into formers. Gives us more of a mess, but that's alright. Alright. Next, we can extrude to make the backbone, and then I think that'll be it for this episode. Well, actually, we're going to need to trim the backbone to length. So, sketch 21 is there. Do that one, shift, Q, foam. I want that to say new body. Oh yeah, and before we do that, we have to make a new group called internal structure. Side of that, we're going to create a new group called Fuselage blocks, and new group called backbones. This can go in fuselage blocks. This can go in backbones. And actually, for this, I'm just gonna select that face, because I don't want to select that. Nope. Extrude. Sometimes you want it to be extrude and not offset face. It's gonna go in there. It's only gonna have 4 backbones. The other planes I've done so far have had 6, but it just works better with 4. I just realized I need to cut through this one. Okay, well, there's an easy fix for that. Okay. I don't want it to cut. I want it to be a new body. It's gonna go into backbones. Q. Actually, it has to be extrude. Foam. Negative foam. Body. Okay, it's gonna go in there. Now we gotta go back to when we did that. And we do want this to be included. Whichever one is that. Command Z. No, it wasn't that one. There's this one. And formers. Let's see. 18. And I'll just... yeah, that works. It works perfectly fine. I mean, the body will have some indentation on the back side, but we're probably going to be taking the measurement from that side. So it won't matter. Oh. I need to go back into the sketch. Here. We're going to do that. And this has to go past that. So I'm going to drag that down. It's going to mess with our removes, but that's okay. Yeah. I just delete those. And next. Yeah, see the top of that goes... oh my god, what the... I don't know what caused that. I'm gonna press Command Z until it gets fixed. Actually... foam. And it should have started... wait, oh... I think I know why. This does need to be negative foam. Okay. Now, how did this get on that side? Cancel. I'm going to delete this. Delete. Okay. Yeah, whatever made... I'm going to turn off the sketch for a second. And now that's 2 bodies. I can turn that back on. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, the last one, Q, negative foam, new body. Alright, so all of these can go into the backbones. Yeah, that's looking good. Fix the issues. And we're gonna still need to go back and cut this. So is this one was body 18. And that didn't do anything drastic. That's just going to cut it down there so we'll actually be able to do this in real life. And this thing, we can just remove that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Next, almost the last step. Guess we can turn off this annoying sketch now. Let's turn on our skins. And combine this with that. We want it to be a cut. Keep tools. Okay. Do the same thing for the left one. Combine. Last one. No, we want to be able to sometimes, okay, that with tool bodies. Okay, that's good because now these backbones are trimmed down the correct way. And skins will be able to fit them. And I don't know what this is from. Why can't I select that? Oh, I have that selected. For some reason, skins is... Oh, I had that on. That's why. Oh, also, I guess when I was doing this, I forgot to hold those. Okay, much better. I'm going to turn skins on. It'll give me a clue as to why that's going funky. I mean, it should have... Oh, I know. I need to do one last difference. Combine of that and that. Okay, and another one with that and that. Now, if we turn off the skins, yes, everything looks perfect now. Much better. Well, this is what we got done in this episode. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you found it informative and useful. I'll be back soon with another video, probably working on either the hatch or the tail, and that should be coming out shortly. Signing off.
To the town of our Freel rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. The stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. It was early in the morning when he rode into the town. He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw, loose and running, came the whisper from each lip, and he's here to do some business with a big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. In this town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red. Many men had tried to take him, and that many men were dead. He was vicious and a killer, though a youth of 24, and the notches on his pistol numbered 1 in 19 more, 1 in 19 more. Now the stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. Was an Arizona Ranger, wouldn't be too long in town. He came here to take an outlaw back alive or maybe dead, and he said it didn't matter, he was after Texas Red, after Texas Red. Wasn't long before the story was relayed to Texas Red. But the outlaw didn't worry, men that tried before were dead. 20 men had tried to take him, 20 men had made a slip. 21 would be the Ranger with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. The morning passed so quickly, it was time for them to meet. It was 20 past 11 when they walked out in the street. Folks were watching from the windows, everybody held their breath. They knew this handsome Ranger was about to meet his death, about to meet his death. There was 40 feet between them when they stopped to make their play. And the swiftness of the Ranger is still talked about today. Texas Red had not cleared leather for a bullet fairly ripped, and the Ranger's aim was deadly with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. It was over in a moment and the folks had gathered round. There before them lay the body of the outlaw on the ground. Oh, he might have went on living, but he made one fatal slip when he tried to match the Ranger with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. Big iron, big iron, when he tried to match the Ranger with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip.